So this is a part two, a continuation of a video I was making about my goals for the year 2025. I don't want to go into a whole intro because I already did that. I'll link the video in the description and you can go and start from the video. It will make much more sense instead of just watching this one. So the next category is my fitness and health goals, and this is a bit personal because little backstory. So all my life I have struggled with my weight since I was a kid. And imagine growing up, you already know the whole stereotype being fat in an African household with a Nigerian mother. Guys, my mom showed me hell. She was always talking about my weight, and that contributed a lot to my self-esteem issues that I don't really struggle with anymore because I have lost weight significantly. And for me, my weight has been a yo-yo thing. I think a really significant time in my health and my weight was when I went to India. And I went to India just a normal sized human being. Tell me why I gained so much weight. I gained so much weight when I went to India because the food was amazing. I got freedom when I was in Nigeria with my mom. So she was always talking about my food. Don't eat this. She was stopping me from eating stuff. So imagine when you go somewhere where you don't have any restrictions, no one is stopping you from eating. So Zainab took that and I just gained a lot of weight. But thankfully, a year before I left India, I really worked on that and I lost so much weight. Not in a bad way, but in a healthy way. I looked good, stuff like that. After I left India, I went to Nigeria. I was in Nigeria for just 6 or 7 months and I came to the UK. When I came to the UK, I was going through a lot of stress with academics and stuff. So I was also gaining weight. So I wasn't losing weight, but I was just my normal weight. Since I submitted my dissertations, guys, I've started gaining weight because I don't go to school. I'm always at home. There's not much stress. Before in my student accommodation, I had a gym that was very accessible. It was literally just downstairs in the building. So that was really good. Tell me why now I have gained weight because there's no gym, nothing. So I have picked up on it. And another thing is my eating habits have become very terrible since I came to the UK because of stress. And then food is just difficult here. You don't have the time to cook good food, and I am already someone who doesn't really like to cook. So you always have to buy junk food, and it's just a whole lot. So yeah, my goals are to first of all start eating healthier. I have a bad relationship with Coke. I have a bad relationship with sweets and chocolates. One thing I have learned from my weight loss journey in India is not trying to cut out everything. So it's consistency, it's the little things, doing things one at a time, mixing and matching. So I already have experience. So I'm not trying to cut out everything or say that I'm not going to eat it, but I am definitely going to work on reducing my sugar intake and just cutting out Coke. Coke is just so addictive. I don't know why. There must be something that they're putting in that Coke. So yeah, in general, just eating healthy. The next thing is just moving more. I want to take up running. I am already used to walking. I can walk 40 minutes, 45 minutes, but I feel like it's just going to be boring for me to just go out and say that I'm going to walk. So I want to take up running. I would definitely start slowly. So maybe just jogging and then running. I think it would be something I would like. I'm thinking of just going with my headphones and then my Apple Watch and not with my phone. So maybe sometimes listening to music, sometimes a podcast, it depends. But I'll see how it goes. It's definitely something I want to take up. The next thing is I'm not so sure about this one, but when I was losing weight, I had something where I wanted to reach a certain kg. Now I'm thinking, do I want to do that? I don't think I want to set a certain kg that I want to like get down to, but I think it would be a good motivator. One thing that I'm not sure if I would be able to achieve is like my tummy. I want to have like the whole abs thing. Not abs, honestly, but just reduce the fats there. It's not big or anything noticeable, but I have something there. And as someone who, the irony of it, as someone who is a cardiovascular technologist, I know about health and how important it is for us to be healthy and active and not take too much sugar. I know how much fats affect the blood vessels. It's not, honestly, I'm being dramatic. It's not like I'm very unhealthy or anything like that, but still there's always room for improvement. And the way I look at it is, now I'm in my early 20s. I don't want a situation whereby I keep damaging my body and eating shitty, and when I'm in my late 20s I start thinking about how I need to reverse these things. And I know that it's a habit. I want to build a habit of eating healthy. That's why I said I don't think I want to set a certain weight, because it now makes it look like there's an end goal. And once I reach that end goal, then I'm going to stop working on myself. Even though it's a good motivator, I just want it to be a lifelong habit, not something temporary. I think in conclusion, that's it for my weight loss and health goals. I hope that I am able to achieve what I want to achieve. I hope when I look back at the ending of the year, I have made some progress to an extent, hopefully. The next category is relating to content creation, and this one I am so excited about it. It's the most I'm excited about. And my big vision, one like huge goal, like a whole theme I have in just relation to the entire content creation, is consistency. If at the end of the year, forget numbers, forget monetization, forget brand deals, if at the end of the year I have a track record of videos I have uploaded, I think that honestly is a big win. But if we're being more specific, so I recently got into content creation as recent as December 2024. So I was figuring things out. It started with TikTok and then trickled down to Instagram, but I am learning that TikTok and Instagram are not really for me. I started creating videos on there, and I just felt like I couldn't be my authentic self on there, because I find short form content, if you have noticed, I tend to talk a lot. So if it's short form content, you need to be straight to the point and just quick. You need a hook, you need a lot of things. And I found that if when I record videos talking about something I love or something about I'm passionate about or a thought, I had to like cut it down multiple times, and I felt like it watered down who I was as a person. So I would still be making videos on Instagram and TikTok when I feel like, but right now where I am at now, I don't know whether it would change in the next few months, but I'm honestly majorly focused on YouTube. It's where I feel fulfilled. It's where I feel happy. It's where making videos and just sitting here and talking and editing videos just really makes me happy. So it's a platform that I want to invest so much in. So I already have a posting schedule on YouTube. It's not something I'm really rigid with. Right now, I'm posting 3 times a week. I plan on posting sometimes 2 times. I tend to batch create content and batch edit, so that I hate burnout, because it just makes me lose the joy in things, and it takes me time to recover from burnout. It's a feeling I experienced during my masters, and I don't want to ever feel that way again. So I am really particular about just planning ahead and avoiding burnout. So even for YouTube, I tend to plan ahead and record ahead. And when I start to feel frustrated because an edit is not going the way I want it, I just take a break and step back, which has been going really well. So I'm not saying that I have to post every week or every day. There are people that I see post every day on YouTube. And I realize that with the high I am in now and how much I am enjoying it and I am happy about it, I know that I can do that. But I know it at a point in time, it's going to lead to burnout, because I have other parts of my life that I need to focus on. And even now, it's kind of affecting it in a way, because it's an escape for me. I love doing it. So I find that I spend so much time either creating a video or editing instead of doing other important tasks in my life. So I'm not even going to deceive myself to think that I can do the everyday thing. So the main goal is just to be consistent, at least 4 videos a month, just in general. So that's 1 video a week. And I think it's something that I can do. I think I would be able to do that. If I look back and I did that, then Alhamdulillah. For the types of videos I want to make, just a general category: self improvement, personal reflection. So I'm titling them like diary entries sometimes, where I just talk. I have posted a few about maybe what's going on in my life or things I'm doing or looking forward to. So those are going to be less structured. And then the next one is just value-based content. It's going to be about my experience in University of Bristol, sharing my experience and also giving knowledge on how to do things. either as an international student or how to navigate your masters, just those type of videos. And I also love Bristol as a city, so I'm going to make a lot of videos reviewing things I love in Bristol or places I love or just what I think of Bristol as a city, as well as University of Bristol. I would be reviewing a lot of things from the university, such as their libraries, my favorite study spots, a whole lot of things. I definitely have a whole list of ideas that I have written down. So if I am able to, one way or the other, make some of these videos, which are a lot, I have a long list, honestly, but if at the ending of the year I have made some, then I would be happy. Another goal relating to content is just getting better in doing certain things. So the main one is editing. I love it now. I'm enjoying it so much. And I feel like for a beginner, I didn't sit down to honestly watch a long YouTube video about how to edit. I have actually never done that, but because I used to use InShot before, I have an idea of the basics. I know how to cut and match, I know overlays. So then I just kept mixing and matching and trying different things and seeing what works and checking what is this button for. And also ChatGPT is my best friend. So I asked ChatGPT, what's the meaning of this button? So for someone who has very little experience, I think I'm doing really well. My latest edit that I'm proud of is a video I made about best bubble tea places in Bristol, and I am so proud of that video. It's not a highly searched video or anything that would get a lot of views, but I poured so much love into that video. It's my first like good video that has captions and edits and transitions, and I tried not to put too much, but I spent almost 2 weeks editing that video because I was learning on the go and making so many mistakes, but I just love how it turned out. Next thing is getting better at my thumbnails. That video has the best thumbnails so far now on my channel, which I'm really proud of. It's making me so happy. I hope that I can improve on that. Another thing that I want to improve on, I think this is not only in terms of content creation, but it's just in general. I never really used to think of myself as a storyteller, but over the past few months that I have been making videos, I realized that I don't like short form content on Instagram or TikTok. I'm finding it hard to articulate this, but the fact that I'm doing this whole YouTube thing now is just making me more aware of how I speak and my articulation. I want to speak better. I just want to be a more engaging talker. So I would love to improve on that aspect. In terms of content creation, I feel like I have made a lot of progress, even though it's just been 2 months. I'm not trying to toot my horn, but I think I have done really well. The time and effort and dedication I have put into this, knowing that no one is watching. As I'm recording this video now, I am literally at 6 subscribers, but it's 1:59 in the morning and I'm recording in the morning or middle of the night, we call that, as we call it, and I'm sitting down and recording this video. I find that sometimes I spend 5 hours editing a video. Like I said, that Bristol video took me 2 hours. It's making me happy and fulfilled. And I think I have made progress in terms of just my thumbnails and editing, considering I just started. So yeah, I am proud of that. I am learning to give myself my credits and accolades. So I am proud of myself. I think I have done really well. I'm loving how I am going at a very sustainable pace. I'm loving how I'm not letting numbers affect me. I'm proud of how I'm handling everything. I'm proud of how I am doing it in a sustainable way, in an enjoyable way, in a way I don't burn out. And I'm just loving how I am letting it improve other aspects of my life, like my confidence, my self perception, just many things. I have a whole video talking about just my struggles with YouTube and how it has changed me as a person. So if you want, you can check that on my channel. The next category for my goals is just general random goals. The first one is just general lifestyle or random goals. The first one is I want to travel more. I love traveling so much. One of the things that prompted me wanting to open a TikTok account and post more on my Instagram is how much I travel. So when I used to travel, I used to post it on my Instagram stories, and people loved it so much. So I could literally have 30 stories in one day, and no one asked, but I'll just post this and I'll write a caption, and then I'll record a video of me talking about something that just happened. And it was just so chaotic, and I love it so much. I have highlights of it on my Instagram. You can check it out. But that was so fun, and many people have told me how they love my Instagram stories and how they feel like they're watching a YouTube video. So it's just one of those things that pushed me a bit to want to do Instagram and TikTok. So for traveling, I know it's just something that I would mostly be sharing like on my Instagram and TikTok, maybe once in a while YouTube, but like that's not what my YouTube is for. But in general, I love traveling. I love experiencing new things and seeing beautiful places. I just love it. I have been to a few cities in the UK so far, and I have been to multiple Schengen countries. So I want to do more. This year, I am hoping I want to travel to Egypt. I want to go back to Madrid. I went to Madrid last year. And then one other, maybe one or two more cities in the UK. If I'm able to travel to four places this year, then that would be amazing. I think four is a stretch. Let's say three. We'll see, hopefully. The next goal is putting more effort into my painting. I used to really be an artsy person when I was in secondary school. So I kind of stopped as I grew older. Last year, I took up painting again at the ending of my masters, and I loved it. I have a few paintings, and for me, it's not really about being good at it. It's just the process. It makes you feel good. I have a lot of paintings that are really flops that are not nice, but then still I love them so much because when I was painting them, for me, it's what I felt during that process, and they made me feel better. They served their purpose, but I stopped at a point in time because I was just busy with a whole lot of things. So it's something I want to get back into doing this year. And yeah, it's not such a strict or rigid goal, but I just want to get back into the process of painting. Next goal, this is under self improvement, but I will really want to read more books. And this is a goal that everyone talks about. And I've always had this goal every year, but I have a feeling this year is different because this time I have found a system that works for me that I genuinely like. I think maybe it's because I have changed as a person and my priorities are different now. Before, when I used to read more books, I didn't really have a specific reason. It was just read books, read books. But now I have certain reasons. There are certain types of books I'm trying to read because there are certain things I'm trying to learn. There are certain aspects of my life that I'm trying to improve. So it's not just about reading books just for reading books. I want to read books about self improvement. I want to read books about money. I want to read books about relationships. I want to read books about articulation and speaking. I also, funny enough, want to read books about just, I don't know which word is it, but it's like, is it, there was this book that I started reading called Show Your Walk, sorry, by Austin Kleon. I hope I got it right. And it's kind of similar to content creation, but it's just talking about you don't have to be a content creator, but just putting your work out there, showing your progress, not feeling like you have to be perfect to show up in the world. It's a really amazing book, and funny enough, I've just read two chapters. So that book is helping me with my content creation and not feeling like I have to be the best, not feeling like I have to have the best edit or I have to make the most articulate video, or just not feeling like I have to be perfect when I come on the internet. I don't have to have the best edits on my videos or the best looking video. So yeah, I think I would definitely be able to achieve that reading goal. Another thing that has helped me in general, what I have found with myself is if I learn to do things in a sustainable way that doesn't overwhelm me, then I'm able to keep up. So even with reading books, I don't force myself to read books every day. So on my iPad, I have multiple books, so like 5 books that I'm reading, and what I tell myself is it doesn't have to be a certain book. Whatever I am in the mood for. So sometimes it's an African literature, sometimes it's a relationship book, sometimes it's a motivational book, sometimes it's a self-improvement book, sometimes it's an Islamic book. So just telling myself it doesn't matter what type of book I read, in as long as I open the iPad and just going with the flow, what I feel like reading, that has really helped me not feel like I have to do something. Another thing that has helped me is telling myself that even if I read for 10 minutes, it's fine. What I have found is I don't read for 10 minutes. And the good thing is, if you choose a book that you like and you feel like reading, you tend to continuously keep reading. You tend to enjoy the process. Because what I do mostly is I tell myself that I'm just going to read one chapter, and I find that I read 2 or 3 chapters. And on some days, I just read one chapter and I tell myself it's fine. I found that it's just not forcing myself to do things that I don't want to do. That's the secret for me. So, in as long as I just read a book and I read it for a few minutes, then that's good. That is how I have been able to keep up. I think it's a goal that I am not going to really have a problem achieving this year. Another goal is taking more risks and putting myself out of my comfort zone. I have already started that with this whole YouTube thing. It's definitely out of my comfort zone. If you told past me, even literally 5 months ago, that I would have a YouTube channel or I would be posting like I did on TikTok and Instagram, she wouldn't believe you. She would confidently argue with you forever, because I never thought it would be something I would be doing. But I forced myself, I put myself out of my comfort zone. I did it anxious, I did it scared, I did it even though I had the fear of being perceived, a whole lot of things. And I'm still not over them. I'm still struggling with these things. I'm still struggling with perfectionism, anxiety, comparison, fear of people's perception of me. But this year, I am doing things scared, I'm doing things anxious. So, doing things in as long as I know logically they're good for me and taking action, not going with my feelings or my thoughts. Yeah, so that's that. So, I'm thinking of 3 words that I want my 2025 to summarize. I'm going to put out those words, and when I look back at this video at the ending of 2025, I want to feel like my 2025 felt that way. The first word is growth. I want to feel like I have grown so much as a person and grown in the different projects that I set out to do, or goals, not only in terms of content creation. I really haven't said anything on this, but I also have religious goals. I am not going to go into them, but even in that aspect, I definitely want to feel like in those goals I have made a lot of progress that would make me really feel fulfilled. The next word is focus. I think sometimes I tend to get distracted from my goals or from things I said I would do or decisions that I have made. I want to look back at the ending of the year and feel like I was focused. I was focused on my goals. I stuck to decisions that I made in other aspects of my life. I want it to look this way, like I focused and I didn't look back. I didn't look back at any distractions or anything. I was just focused. That would make me really happy. It would make me really proud of myself. And the last word is peace. 2024 was it wasn't a peaceful year. Alhamdulillah for everything, it went well. But honestly, it was one of my most difficult years of my life. It really wasn't peaceful. It wasn't only about academics, just in general, a whole lot of different things and aspects of my life. It still was an amazing year. I changed as a person. I achieved so much in that year than I did in previous years of my life. But it was definitely a challenging year. Even though it is what has birthed this Zainab, it is because of those challenges, it is because of those experiences that I am able to open a YouTube channel now and just be the type of person that I am right now. But regardless, I really hope that I get a break in 2025. I really hope that 2025 is the year where I know life would always come with its challenges, and because those are things that make you resilient and shape you into becoming a stronger and better person. But I just hope, truly hope that 2025 is more peaceful and just less chaotic. I truly hope this happens for me. I think I deserve it at this point. So, yeah, that's that. In general, I'm asking myself if 2025 feels like a promising year, and I really think it does. It is one of I have there's just something I feel about this year, and I know we're making jokes online about not saying that this year is my year, but I think I'm going to do amazing this year, inshallah. I believe that amazing things would happen this year, inshallah. I believe I would achieve things and make progress that I couldn't even have imagined or prayed for. I truly believe so. There's just something, I don't know what it is, but it just feels like, not that this is my year, but it just feels like this is a year of transformation and growth. I truly believe so. And I can't wait to see what happens at the ending of the year. And I love that I am setting goals that actually matter to me. They're not just goals that I am saying for saying sake. They are really personal, even though there are some personal ones that I haven't listed, but these ones are also as important. So I'm really happy I did this. It really makes me feel fulfilled. I'm happy to put it out there. I hope maybe it might help someone or give them an idea of what they should include. And if you're watching this, I want you to know that it's okay if you don't have your whole life figured out. One thing I have learned is life is a journey, and people keep saying it, and I have heard it multiple times, but I am truly realizing it now and believing in it. Life comes in seasons. Some seasons are good, and then some aren't so good. But then believing and trusting in yourself that you're able to handle it, and then speaking positivity into your life, knowing that good things are going to come to you, not letting imposter syndrome or self-doubt, or just because things aren't happening as fast as you want them to, make you feel like you're failing. I think it's something that we really need to keep in mind. And it's also knowing that you can start afresh anytime. Just because you've set goals and you didn't achieve them, I can't tell you the number of times since 2021 when I started being serious about self improvement. I cannot emphasize the number of times I have set so many goals and have failed. I wasn't even good at goal setting then, but I definitely have a track record. I can see it in my diary where I set even weekly goals and I failed them, monthly goals, I don't meet them. But something I'm proud about with myself is I never give up. No matter how many times I have failed, no matter how many times, not even in terms of goals, just in general, it's just pushing through and forcing yourself and believing that you can do it. You can get somewhere. It's believing that even if you have failed multiple times, you can do it. You don't know. Maybe the 30th time is the charm. You never know. So let me know in the comment section, do you have a certain way that you set your goals, or a certain way that you start the year that makes you optimize throughout the year to achieve your goals? I would really love to know, because different people have a way of doing things and learning things. I might pick up a few tips and tricks from someone, and you might also help someone out there when they're reading the comment section. So please do let me know your thoughts and your ideas down there. I hope we all have an amazing year. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like the video, and also share it to anyone that you think might help. I like to put timestamps in my videos because I know that I talk a lot. So if there's a specific part of the video that you know would help someone, please do share it with your friends and family. Thank you. Bye.